Alright, guys. Welcome to TRT. Wait, how could you not for how long? And in that period of time, Arsenal was in the Champions League. wait. But you guys realize that it took you guys 2 games.
That's a low blow.
And then in all this, right, I feel like it was in you guys' hands, right? Because I'm surrounded, I'm in the midst of people that I've almost blocked. Aikay, Gat. I don't know why Omish is saying he's a Man City fan, but yeah, we welcome
Thank you.
But let's go straight. No, okay, yeah. So before we go into discussions, right? So I saw something, right, and they said so nominees for Player of the Season, right? De Bruyne, Harry Kane, Salah, Trent, Foden, Mount, Declan Rice, and Saka. Right? Does anybody have any query with any name here?
No, they all did well.
Yeah. Okay, and then someone said, right, and I think I agree with this, right? And then this is not because I'm a Man U fan. Ronaldo has been in a shit team all season, right?
Yeah.
And then he's managed to score
17 or 18 goals.
18 goals, right? Or 19. Right, did he score the last game? Anyways, I feel like Ronaldo above Mount
The last
should be
game
in
was
this
4-0,
list,
yeah?
right?
It's true, so I don't even know why is
Like,
Mount
how
there.
is Ronaldo not? That's a 37-year-old.
Why
guy.
is Mount even
Exactly. So why is Mason Mount in this list and
Mount
Ronaldo not?
is Eriksen there?
No. So there's Phil
Bench from
Foden,
Eriksen.
there's Kane, there's Salah, there's De Bruyne, there's
Why is
Trent.
Kane there?
Kane has
How
been-
about
Kane
Kane has done well now?
Yes.
But not player of the season, Sha.
Yeah, I mean,
player
not
of the season, Sha.
Just nominee.
but then
Sunday.
no.
Okay, then.
Ah.
That means Kane, Son should be there.
So
Son is the highest goal scorer now.
is he?
Premier League.
No, I think he needs one more to catch Salah.
Is it more one or two? I know
Okay,
he's on
wait,
20.
chill. Let me see.
Yeah,
Wait.
he's on 20.
Okay, wait. Son is
Should
in
be
it.
there.
Son is in it.
Okay.
Son is in it.
Son is in it. Son is in it. Okay, but do you guys think Ronaldo should be? Because I think Ronaldo should be in it, regardless of the fact that his team is shit. Because if you can score a 37-year-old guy scoring in a team that has been piss poor all season, I feel like
No, but on
He
the
should
road,
get-
if
he should
Mason
get-
Mount is there, then Ronaldo.
he should get at least a shout, a nomination.
I'm saying is Mason Mount should not even be there. Why is
Yeah,
Mason
that's what I'm
Mount
saying.
there?
So if he's there,
then maybe
then
we'll check
Ronaldo
his numbers
should-
because I heard that he scored over. It's more
10 goals.
Yeah, over.
But he has
10
been
goals.
decent this season, Sha. He has
Yeah,
been very
but
decent.
for him not to be, for him to be among, and then again, Declan Rice was decent, right? But again, I thought maybe the star player of this season, yeah, would have been for them would have been Jared Bowen.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Yeah,
because I know that Declan Rice, apart from the fact that I know that there's this English hype, I genuinely believe that he's good, but I feel like he's riding on this English because if he wasn't
just a
English,
little bit overrated.
yeah, just a little
Just
bit.
a little
Yeah, I feel like we
But
need
I
to
think-
see.
I think if he goes to a bigger club,
Yeah, we need to see him when he goes to a bigger club.
you should see a better Declan Rice.
What team do you think would fit like in the
United.
Premiership, right?
United.
I'll say Chelsea.
No, United. They need him.
I'll say Chelsea.
I think United.
United.
You're asking where he will fit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
team? What
What
would you
team
see?
needs him the more?
Yeah. Would you
Fits
think that
better, needs him
he
the
will
more.
get like
Man
he will
U.
see the most
Chelsea,
impact?
Chelsea, I think because of the way they play.
Yes,
they work
exactly.
rate.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Chelsea.
He has a better
Chelsea.
work rate,
Then
yeah.
do you think Chelsea is ready to let go of Kante and the like?
Yes,
They
I
should.
think they're
Tuchel
ready.
is not ready for that kind of. He's not ready to move on.
He's ready. Do you know why I feel like
They don't have any other option.
Declan will fit more into Chelsea because of the way Chelsea play. Chelsea they play with
Yeah.
let's say two DMs.
2 DMs.
Yeah.
And then you're expected to always one of the DMs is expected to always go box to box.
And Declan
So
can do that.
Declan is that kind of player.
But you know that actually
Jorginho
kills-
can sit and Declan will just be the one and he has the energy.
But that formation also puts them in trouble.
Because
most times.
Jorginho.
I feel Chelsea, sure. He will fit in Chelsea.
Do you guys think Chelsea had a good season?
On and off.
Yes.
Because
What do
went
you think
to
went
finals.
wrong? Because at one point they were in every cup and they were playing well. I know that they had
Lukaku
injury
was
with
on
Chilwell, right? Yeah, and then at the
he's
beginning
a
of the
Lukaku
season,
factor.
we thought Chelsea would be
Champion.
contenders because they brought in Lukaku.
they stayed first for a very
So
long time.
what happened?
At the point,
what
Chelsea
happened-
fans were saying they
what
were
happened
winning the
with-
league already.
What happened to Lukaku? What happened to Tuchel? Like you just brought him in. Like it just feel like they were so together, and then all of a sudden they are disjointed.
Everything fell apart.
Like
The thing is with me is I have
you don't like. He doesn't like Tuchel.
I hate Tuchel. Tuchel is
Why?
a fraud to me.
He for
Do
you
you
to
know
win
why?
the Champions League.
Do you know I say
and-
Tuchel is a fraud? I think Chelsea has the second most expensive squad.
Yeah,
in
but
the
at
Premier
one point
League,
we
yeah.
said that
And
about Pep.
They
at one
literally
point.
play the shittiest football.
right now.
Yes.
Among top
Among
six.
all the top teams.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, but like
So why I
in
say
the EPL, I'll be just all the top teams like in the world.
all the top teams in the EPL. Is the EPL we're talking about?
Yeah,
first
in
of
the
all.
EPL, yeah.
The kind of he has over £1 billion squad, and you're playing a team with 2 DMs and 5 defenders. Sometimes he plays 7 defensive players, 7
Defensive
on the
minded
pitch
players.
at
Very-
once.
very
2
crazy
DMs, 5 defenders.
It's not because they're doing that
And then-
because they are Alonso and James or
Yeah.
Alonso and Chilwell.
But-
They're not exactly defenders.
But in
at
the end,
at
they're
this
still
point.
defenders.
Well,
Left
technically
wing
you
backs,
call them, but
right
then they
wing
don't
backs,
play because the amount of forward play they get. I don't think you necessarily consider them defenders at this point in time because those guys are literally always. I mean, they get their goals from those guys. So, if anything, I feel like maybe he's
Maybe
you
my own
would
is-
need to,
my
if
own
you're playing
point
3
is-
defenders, I feel like you need cover-ups.
But you know,
Yeah,
most times
sure.
playing 3 defenders means your two wingers.
Always
You
jump
need
back.
to
When
always
they're
drop back
defending
to
is 5.
defenders. Yeah, so it's more like you're playing 5
You're
defenders.
playing 5 defensive-minded players, and I just feel like for a team like Chelsea, and with the kind of players they have, they should be playing a better
football.
style of football.
Yeah.
How can you
But
go
at some
to?
point they were playing.
Do you see how they
really
played when
good
they went to
football.
City? When they went to City,
Yeah.
when they went to Etihad. See how Chelsea they played like it was Burnley that came to Etihad.
But how many teams played against Man City except maybe with Liverpool?
Arsenal did.
Arsenal played a very good football.
How
against
many
City.
minutes did you guys?
Come on,
Yeah,
guys.
Ponce
How many
Direct
minutes?
cast.
When when
Then I
it
think
was
Brighton too
the
played
season before
well.
this one when Leicester went and did 5-2 or 5-3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
true,
Etihad.
true, true.
It was a defensive setup, but they played good football.
So you don't rate.
I don't rate that too sure at all.
So wait.
Oh.
If you'd remove Klopp and what's his name? Klopp and Pep, right? Who's your third best manager
In the Premier League?
Yeah.
I'll say Graham Potter,
Actually,
Brighton.
Bryson.
did I just hear Arteta?
What?
Did I just hear Arteta?
No, which
No,
Arteta?
Now,
Which Arteta?
now this one they talk Arteta.
To me, I'll pick Graham Potter based on
Very
what
fine
he has at Brighton, the kind of football they play.
What about Eddie Howe?
Eddie Howe,
Eddie Howe
he might still be in his
top
honeymoon. I feel like he might still be in his
No.
honeymoon
I mean,
phase.
do
he's-
you not
he's
think
really
it's
good.
what
He has improved
what
the
was
team,
here?
yes.
Because they would sign players, right? And then with the position with which they were in, I mean, they signed a couple of players,
Yeah.
right? And then they've been able to do this turnaround, and then in this they look very good. They don't even look like they need to bring in so much.
But you know, sometimes
understand?
too many players can put the coach in a very big
Yeah,
trouble.
so but a lot of players would leave. I feel like the reason why, again, what happened with that last game against Arsenal was because those players were auditioning for next season's shirts because they know that a number of them are going. Those guys played the way they were playing.
Well, you
because
guys
That was their last
We've
one
had
game.
Eddie Howe in the Premier League before,
Yes, exactly. Bournemouth.
when he was in Bournemouth. When they first
And he
came,
played-
they
Yeah,
were
but-
playing good
but
football.
yeah, they played very good football.
And then at some point, everything started going.
But then that was because of funding. They had funding issues.
Okay, yes,
Then
it's
they
true.
had
Yes,
they had
okay,
they had
No,
they
sincerely,
had
he has
funding issues,
improved.
and then they had I think there were like 3 key players that had injuries.
Injury, yeah.
They were very very vital to their.
he has actually, to me, he has done well, but I'll still put
So
Graham Potter ahead of him.
if you're saying Tuchel is a fraud, who would you take between Arteta and Tuchel?
So the thing is, I've always liked Arteta.
Yeah.
And then he came. I was part of the people that even campaigned for him to come to Arsenal because I felt like, okay, this guy, he has been under Pep. He has seen Pep win different titles. So the mentality, he should have that.
Yeah, winning mentality.
And then the guy came and became one very vindictive and vengeful person.
So what you didn't like his
The way he has handled
with
certain.
Aubameyang?
Yes, I feel
you
like-
on Aubameyang's side.
It's not, I won't say I was on Aubameyang's side or I was on Arteta's side. So the thing with having a striker, a player like that is, in the end, you're judged based on how you perform, not your relationship with the players.
Yeah.
And you know you're going into a very dicey period of the season, and then you're fine with letting him go and not replacing him.
Okay, so the problem
So-
is not.
So I feel
problem
like
is
he
not
could have
keeping
managed.
him.
Okay, for example, can you compare what Aubameyang did to what Lukaku did? Lukaku actually came out and said, "I'm not enjoying this." Yes, Aubameyang probably had some.
But they've
disciplinary
not really
issues.
said what about Aubameyang did. Right?
Yeah, nobody.
And I don't
but
think
it's just,
anybody
that's all just been rumors and okay, disciplinary issues coming late. But I feel like if you have, that's why coaches like Wenger, Fergie, they could manage anybody because what they were only thinking of results.
Then at the same
And-
time,
and-
I think the players respect those kind of coaches more than Wenger.
I don't know. It's me. I just feel like
It's
Arteta
hard
is
now.
very
So who would you have?
right now.
Normal to
Who would you have at your team?
Either
Arteta or Tuchel?
I'll still take Arteta.
I'll take Tuchel. I'll take Tuchel.
I don't like
I'll take Tuchel.
Maybe because I've said so many bad things about him that in my mind
I think you're not
I
just
just feel like
seeing any positive thing about him.
I think there's some
Come on,
Chelsea
guy, I'll
fans
take
that always
Tuchel. I'll take Tuchel.
I think I like Tuchel though. I think I liked because
Right now, he's
because
still better
because
than
you
Arteta.
you know what I
Tuchel,
liked.
he has
You know what I
pedigree right
liked
now.
about
He has
Tuchel, right?
He's more
was
experienced.
Usually, and then this is what I was saying the other time with some Man U fans. Whenever there's a new coach, and then I feel like the era of when you get a new coach and then everybody says, "Oh, you need time to build." I feel like we don't have that anymore in football. Like people want straight instant.
Straight
It's the same way
results.
with players. Before you say, "Oh, let's give him time to get into the
settle
team," but
in.
now they want you to like score on your debut and then blah 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 blah. And then he came into that team because that team was disjointed, and then he came in and then not just put the team right, but then won the Champions League. Something Pep has not
And
been
they've
able
had
to
how many?
do.
They've gone to how many finals?
Do you understand?
How
Do
many
you understand?
years?
And they've gotten do you get so there's instant impact. I feel like this season was just
Chelsea.
they were doing so well with that Chilwell and James, and then at one point James and Chilwell
Chilwell,
injured
got
at the
injured,
same
yeah.
time. So I feel like there's more.
Yeah, that dragged
That,
them
yeah,
back
because
a
that's
bit.
their formation, and they
That
didn't have
dragged them back a bit.
the other guys. Nobody was doing it better than the way
James
James
and
would. I mean,
True.
there was Alonso, but then Alonso was out of favor at some point because obviously Chilwell was better.
Yeah.
So they had all those injuries, and then they had.
So the
World Cup
question is,
for-
my own question is, if James and Chilwell
Yeah.
got injured, and then who is it on? Who gets the blame if the team cannot still perform?
Well,
City, they've lost a lot. They've
But-
lost people to injury.
That's
This
the
is,
situation,
yes,
but
that's
you still have to
partly you
blame
the
the
manager because
you have your squad is 25 players.
yeah, if you had
So they should-
personnel, and then the first team personnel injured, and then the guys that were supposed to come in and they're not doing as well as
Or not good enough.
or not good enough, you know. It's I feel like it's shared blame because if I had Pep's ability to keep certain players that are so good on the bench and keep them hungry is something that they need to study somewhere because there's no reason why some of all these players like sometimes Mahrez might not play for a while, Sterling might not play for a
And
while,
they'll come in and it will just look like they've been playing week in, week
do
out.
you understand? And then Bernardo Silva was going to leave last season, and all of a sudden he's like, you know what, I want to
not
play.
going
It's like,
anywhere anymore.
you know, so it's I feel like there's something he does that maybe other people need to.
Then
You know,
they need to learn it. They need to learn it
because those
it's
guys
man
are
management.
they are happy on the bench. So you have so let's talk about the teams at the bottom before we come to the teams at the top. Right? So you have this. So back in the day, right? There was Big Four, right? And then you have like 4 teams doing very well,
Yeah.
and then you have like other teams like maybe Tottenham and Co. just trying to, and then it was good. But now it almost feels like there's just 2 teams, and then
The
the
rest.
gap between the 2 teams and the guys that are supposed to be close, it's like there's no like when back in the day when Man U and Arsenal or Man U were going to play, right? You couldn't exactly call it. You could be like, oh, it could go this way. But now, if Man U is going to play Arsenal, you can already predict the scores. If Liverpool's going to play Man U, you can already. Do you understand? It's like like.
Gap.
So those so the rest of the teams, what are they doing when these other guys are? Because Liverpool and Man City have. I mean, year in, year out, these guys are getting to semi-finals and finals
Yeah,
and co.
they're both
And
very
then
mature.
the rest of the teams are there saying they want to rebuild identity. Because I hate when Man U, which Man U guy came here the other day was shouting identity. Who? Yeah, what the hell is identity? That thing pisses me off so much. Like, that's you. The things that you've won are back in the day, right? So what? I mean, first of all, Arsenal, right? You guys had the Champions League in your hand, right? And then I remember last season, you guys were like, you were so happy that you were not in Europe so that you can concentrate.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And then you had this thing in your hand a couple of times. I think this is the second time you're losing this Champions League spot. What happened in this? Because things were good up until these last two games. Yeah, what happened at was it Crystal Palace? Yeah, and then
Brighton.
No. So Tottenham is understandable because Tottenham has a deeper squad, right? But then those other games, that the Newcastle and the even against Leeds, I think it was shaky because there was a red card for Leeds, right? Leeds. And Leeds almost
got a point
because compared to the teams that you get, this same team beat Chelsea. Beat Man U, I think beat Leeds, right, and somebody else.
West Ham.
And West Ham, right? And these are teams that are close to you. And then what happened?
Football happened. Because at Crystal Palace, we didn't deserve to. Vieira was on point. He literally bullied Arteta. That was supposed to be Arteta's humbling face because he got everything wrong that day. But still, he didn't learn. The same thing now happened against Brighton. We were not supposed to lose to Southampton. We had Southampton didn't even want to win. They didn't even want to win, but we still lost to Southampton. So basically, we caused our problems. There was no consistency. People will always say young squad, but we've seen a lot of young players that are doing very well. It's in the head though. It's all about your mindset. Which is why I wonder why some people were angry when Xhaka said we don't even deserve to go to the Champions League. We don't deserve to be in the Europa. If you don't want to play for this team, stay at home. Against Newcastle, we didn't come out to play football. At the point, I was wondering the players that Teta was talking about that they are very excited to play on Monday. Monday came, everybody just locked up. Nobody was... The Newcastle game pained me because we did not play football. If we had played...
Or was
50%
it a case
very
of
well.
Newcastle play?
No. Arsenal didn't play. Arsenal didn't play anything that day.
Arsenal didn't play football that day.
We didn't play football that day. If we had played 40%, we'll have gotten a result at St. James Park. I'm very sure. Because the few times that we were able to fit Saka, there was something happening in their box. But without those guys, without being able to even feed those guys,
we
were stuck.
Why was Martinelli benched?
So all these questions are one of the reasons why I have my issues with Arteta. I feel like Arsenal lost the top four. Okay, first of all, if you had asked any Arsenal fan, if at this time of the season you're this close, would you believe it? Any Arsenal fan would have told you, nah, come on now. But okay, we had somehow, because of probably Man U's inconsistency, Tottenham too, they were inconsistent for a few games, and it was looking like this thing is possible. And then when you see the fixture list, you're like, Palace, Brighton, Southampton. Most Arsenal fans were saying if we can go through those games, the next three was Chelsea, United, West Ham. Okay, if we can get 9 points there. The remaining games, out of the remaining 3, beat West Ham, maybe draw United, and then maybe lose to Chelsea. And then what did Arsenal do? They lost the first 3. And then won the remaining 3. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then I said something, I was like, if Arsenal don't go to the Champions League, those 3 games that they lost
will be the eventual cause.
Not what happened at Tottenham Stadium or what happened at Newcastle.
Because if we had played well, we wouldn't have even needed
top 4 would have ended by
before I think by Leeds
2 games ago.
Yeah, but so why? And then we're now going to Newcastle, a team that they're on the high. They'll be literally ending the season with their highest point since they came to the Premier League.
Yeah.
This is their last home game, and your players are expecting that Newcastle was just going to sit back and allow you just run through them. Obviously not. And then he now goes and plays Smith Rowe, knowing that Martinelli is the only
driver we have.
Martinelli and Saka are the only players that can take the ball and move it to the opposition half. And then he just messes the whole thing up. Even when he made changes, it's the first time I've been in a very long time where you see where changes have been made and there's no effect on the game.
True.
At some point, he played with Martinelli at left back. It was just a mess. It was just a mess.
No, honestly, I stopped watching the match after the
It was just a
goal.
mess.
But do you? I mean, mathematically, you guys can still make it, right? Do you see? wait, no. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen.
Yes,
in
it's
the
true,
Premiership, right? Yeah, right. Let's do for and against, right? If Arsenal don't make the Champions League and the Europa, right? Yeah. Is that not progress from compared to last season?
Europa is good.
No, it's progress.
You like
No,
Europa?
Yeah.
No, of course.
There's it's progress, but
I even like their anthem.
I feel like I was saying earlier that one of the reasons why this one actually hurts is because fighting it against Spurs.
Yeah,
And
but I
then
mean,
it was actually
So it's
in
a
our
different
hands.
ball game.
Spurs are
to
they
chance
are
them.
known for choking. So I mean,
Do you understand? And
they
then
can still choke.
Arsenal actually just threw everything away in just three
Without
games
a,
that they
without
shouldn't
a
have
reasonable
lost.
explanation aside that.
Okay, so with or without Champions League, right? Yeah. What areas do you guys? I mean, I know that you guys need to fortify, and then you can't buy 12 players, right? Obviously, right? And then
Yeah, but
some players will.
Ragnick said you guys are going to sign 10 players.
I don't mind that guy. He's trying to justify his paycheck, consultant. Anyways, so and then obviously some players would leave, right? Realistically, right? The way the market is, right? What players do you think you guys can get or should get, and what players do you think need to leave for you guys to be able to compete? Because let's assume that this season is done and Newcastle is joining this fight for, because now whatever trophy you can get next season is you need to hold. Like Carling Cup is going to be huge next season because there's Newcastle will be looking
Everybody
for
wants
success.
it,
They need something like for for them
and
to get more.
there's money to spend.
Exactly. So you add Newcastle to already, is it top 6 or top 7? Because West Ham is in it as well. So now you have like 8 teams going for 4 trophies or 3 trophies in the league. Do you understand?
At
so
the end.
This top 6 started because of Man U.
Yes, when Man U
Used to be
started
top
dropping.
4.
he was
Yeah.
top 4. When
When United started
dropping,
finishing,
yeah,
they
they have
said,
to- you have-
we need to
we need to promote somebody. So I think
Anyways.
Leicester now came in.
Yeah, no, but I don't see Leicester competing next season.
No,
So
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
think
no,
so.
no.
I think West Ham
They can't.
and Newcastle. So realistically, in order to compete, right? What team, what players, do you think should come in, and what players do you think need to go? Because obviously you're not letting go of Arteta anyways. So,
No,
Arteta is going nowhere.
So what players do you need,
Fortunately.
in the market right now? Yeah.
So first of all, players that need to leave.
Yeah.
El Neni needs to leave. Lacazette is leaving.
Respectfully.
Right.
And he's respectfully.
And then
He should be going.
He has done well.
He
It's
has
fine.
done well.
He needs to leave.
Yeah.
Lacazette is leaving. There's no.
He needs to go.
I don't know what they want to do with Cedric. I don't know what they want to do with Tavares.
Yeah.
But those are also players that.
No, I think Tavares will still come good.
Because he's still young, he's raw.
And he's
What
not even.
what about Pepe though?
No, I think
Pepe has to
Pepe.
leave.
If I just saw that he has changed agents, so he's probably, I'm sure maybe he's looking for a move. But
Yeah,
Pepe needs to leave.
Why?
I think Pepe has already left.
What I want
Arsenal
to ask
in his
is,
head.
yeah, you guys were looking for, someone exciting,
Yeah.
or to carry the ball. That guy knows how to do that. Why doesn't he play though? Like, is there something? Because I
feel like
is there
it's-
something I?
You know what happened between, was it Mkhitaryan and Mourinho?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that same kind of
But,
issue
I
where
mean,
the guy is just low on confidence. Maybe there's something wrong in his personal life.
Well, I
But
mean, if you
every
need-
time he
yeah.
comes on,
He looks exciting though.
No.
He looks like he
this
would.
season,
Pepe.
every time he comes
No,
on.
there was a game we watched. There was one game.
Norwich.
I think just the game after you came here, where we spoke about Pepe.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
the
That is,
next
I think
game-
it's called. It's called.
Norwich now. I think it was Norwich.
Yeah,
was
and
Norwich.
two
Came
games,
in,
yeah,
came in and won the
everybody was
game.
like, yeah. So if he was to do that, why not? If he was having confidence issues, right? You build confidence from one good game or from one good spell, right? So then and then the following game he was on the bench.
But the thing is,
Yeah, because he's not been getting.
I think
first
it
team
boils down to the
constant.
manager because I think
how many players in City players do they play constant? All
No,
the City players,
but
they play constant.
that's the thing. Sometimes you would see Mahrez start ahead of Sterling. Sometimes you see
And
Sterling
but
start.
when Sterling
Do you
comes in,
understand?
he plays football.
No,
When
that's
Mahrez
See,
comes in,
Aikay,
football.
Pep looks like a coach that can just meet Mahrez and tell him, "See, come." second half. I need you to come in.
Do you
the second
understand?
half.
Like,
I know you are
you-
the only one that can win
Because
this
that guy
game
is
for
literally
me.
just there wasting though. Even if you brought in proper players that we're about to mention, right, and you have guys on the bench, if you can only manage your 11, it doesn't really matter who you have on the bench then because you're not giving them proper motivation though.
My management wise, Ateta is 0.
Okay, so we're
Zero.
talking
So
about guys. that need to leave.
Pepe will probably leave. El Neni will leave. And El Neni should leave. Even though I'm already hearing that I think they've offered
they've
him-
agreed contract.
That they've agreed. Which El Neni
Oh, you don't know? They've offered
I
him a
think that they're
contract.
doing some discussions and
See,
it's still
Arsenal
a
is going to end
problem.
up worse than Man U.
It's still a problem because you see someone, you have not been playing this guy for months, and then you decide to give him a new contract. It looks as if, because we don't know what has been going.
Maybe you
on
need
behind
him
the
for if you're playing Europa, for example. Games that
But the thing is,
He's not even consistent.
exactly, and then you're thinking of giving him a new contract just after 3 games, and you're like, do you even want to move forward? Somebody that if he was good enough, you'd have offered him a contract.
Okay, and
before.
funny enough,
He's
immediately,
playing. Yeah.
immediately talks of the contract they offered him came out. He started playing rubbish.
See, I always say it. It's not as if he started playing rubbish. Games that Arsenal don't control, you see
He
how
won't
weak
do
El
well.
Neni is.
Yeah.
Defensively, see Newcastle, he was getting caught out, attack after attack. They were just getting in behind him. It was just like express, because what Arsenal could not control the game. So that's not the kind of midfielder that you should be keeping and saying, oh, he played well this, because it's like what I said earlier is that we don't really know what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Maybe they had offered him the contract, and maybe he's just still brooding over it. But it now looks as if because he had just played well in 3 games. Now we're hearing give him a contract. They're saying, oh, Nketiah has been performing well, give him a contract. But these guys are not good. They're not good. Do you want to go into the Champions League having maybe your star midfielder is injured, and then you're having El Neni to
As your
go and play in
backup.
Penabao?
Can you imagine?
Nketiah.
Or Nketiah is going to play. Nketiah has played Champions League for you in a
No, I think why
Allianz Arena.
I think why Nketiah's on pains me a lot is I've watched so many
So many
world-class
games.
strikers.
But the
at
guy
Arsenal.
has been
No,
popping.
no, I mean
though.
saying I've watched so many world-class
He
strikers
was
at
popping,
Arsenal.
sha.
So
FPL.
watching Eddie Nketiah now is very painful.
exactly.
It's painful to watch.
His
really.
decision making. That's also one guy I feel like should leave, but it not be too many people leaving that.
No, I
Arsenal
feel
will
like
spend-
he could stay if there's a proper striker.
But
he
the
can
guy
come off
feels
with.
the guy even
He
he
feels
feels
he
like
needs to
he
be
should be playing
starting.
week in week out. That's his problem. And why would you Nketiah?
The way he plays the football,
But,
you know that's how
guys,
he feels.
let's understand that the only reason why Bukayo Saka is this good is because Bukayo Saka was playing every week in week out, and he
No.
had the time to make
No.
mistakes.
Do
you
Emil
know-
Smith Rowe
Uh-huh.
was coming in to play every week, whether it was
Then he got
30 minutes.
injured, then came back, then
my
he couldn't
point is,
continue
my
that
point
form
is,
again.
I feel like for any young player to be good, right, barring the guys that have maybe natural talent, they need to come in every and they to build
But the thing is
confidence.
that Saka didn't just start playing week in week out. When it was
He
Emery
started
that
as a
brought,
left back. So.
it's Emery that even brought him out. Emery used to bring him on in games, and you could actually see that this guy is hungry.
He wants to play.
This guy
football.
wants to play football. Pepe, you bring on Pepe and he's just stroking the
It's
ball.
the Nigerian in Saka.
He's just.
Then I think those
And then-
young boys actually need.
When we
one
first got Martinelli, the plan was that they were going to loan him out, and then the guy started playing, and you could actually see. There's something that Mbappe always says, that when he first moved from Monaco to PSG, he was like, he hates when people talk about his age. That he just feels like if you want to play football,
You can play
play
football
football.
regardless of your age.
Football. It's not, let's leave.
Who else is leaving, and then who else do we need to buy?
Okay,
So maybe you will talk about the guys that you guys need to buy.
So I think we've gone El Neni, Lacazette, Nketiah might stay.
I doubt.
Cedric needs to leave. Leno is
Leno
definitely
will go.
leaving. Leno is definitely leaving. I think that's,
Pepe.
and then maybe Pepe might go on and maybe a French loan or maybe two, because I think maybe Newcastle too, because they'll be linking everybody to Newcastle now. So
Because of the money.
Come in. Who realistically in the market, which players do you think the Arsenal should go for?
The
in
rumor
order for
the
them
rumor
to-
of Lautaro Martinez is actually very sweet. It's a sweet rumor.
That's
I
a
don't
very
see it
good
happening.
striker.
Yeah.
That's a very good
if
striker.
you are Lautaro, will you leave Inter?
Inter and come to Arsenal. It's just a very sweet
I feel
rumor.
like for players like that, it will be
Money.
based off of not even necessarily money. If you're playing in Champions League, a lot of those.
Yeah, maybe if we
players-
had made Champions
Yeah,
League.
but the thing is, why I feel like that we always use our Champions League as an excuse is because, for example, right now,
Okay, we don't think we're
Bruno,
big enough. So.
Bruno Guimaraes went
Guimaraes.
to Newcastle. Why did he go to Newcastle?
Well, yeah. So that's is the only reason why United attracted Bruno. It's money. So is that you have
So
that
that's-
money?
Yes.
to
So you had
spend?
yes.
So
It's not even just
if,
about having
if the
it
guy
now.
was
Can
going
you
to cost,
spend
if
it?
the guy was going to cost say 50 million, so now you'll be looking at paying maybe 75, 80, something like that. Because
Yeah.
the reason why United got some of players Pogba and Co is because we overpaid for them because we were not in
yeah.
the Champions
And
League.
big
So
wages.
but I'm just saying. So I'm saying now realistically,
okay,
given
with-
how your club is run, right? Because you're not going to spend money like City or Chelsea.
Yeah.
You get those ones are winning things. And
Gabriel
they have their
Gabriel
profits.
Jesus is fair. If you can
That's
get him.
fantastic.
That's-
it. I'll be
that's-
very,
that's-
very
that's
good
the
buy
striker
for
I
Arsenal.
want.
I'll be very, very good buy
And
for Arsenal.
honestly, I wouldn't mind Osimhen, but Napoli's price tag is too.
But
too
how
crazy.
much?
They're
think
putting
they
like
said like
80, 100 million.
I mean, if Kane is going, if they are putting 100 million on Kane, Osimhen should, realistically, realistically,
to us now, man.
I
realistically,
love Bernardo Silva.
realistically.
Realistically, bro.
Realistically,
Why even
it's not,
like Gabriel
it's not
Jesus is-
possible.
If you check Klopp now, the strikers that everyone is going for are strikers that can play across the front three.
Yeah.
True.
Like if you see Liverpool, Salah can play left, right, center.
Diaz,
Mane
yeah.
can play left, right, center. Jota can play left, right, center.
Yeah.
Diaz can play left, right, center. So
Anywhere.
Gabriel Jesus is that kind of striker
Yeah.
that you can have him playing from the left, have him push him to the right, play him in the center. Those are the kind of strikers.
And he
I feel
adapts to games.
Yes, and
differently.
you can see that there are some games you just see that okay, Salah's moved to the right or Jota is now back on
Yeah.
the left. So everybody's looking for those kind of strikers.
And the understanding is there in the front too.
So what about your defense? You guys, you need
Saliba
to
is
strengthen-
coming back. We need to sell Holding.
But
think
the thing
Holding
is,
needs to go.
holding can be
Chambers, any of those guys.
No, Chambers
Chambers
is
has
gone
Chambers is
already.
gone now. Chambers has gone to Aston
He
Villa.
has gone to
Okay.
Aston Villa.
Anybody you think you should buy to join Ben White?
I've watched few videos of that hero on Hickey. It looks decent. I want
Bellerin.
I want
Yeah.
Maitland Niles.
Yeah,
I want
Maitland should
Maitland
stay.
Niles. I want him.
Bellerin can go, man.
That boy will have done well for us if he stayed.
Yeah, it's true. Why did Medlenas go? I feel like he was doing alright.
I don't know what's wrong with Arteta.
Arteta cannot speak with these boys. His man management is
know.
very poor. Very
it's-
poor. And I think it's his ego.
Is Arteta a racist?
It's
No,
possible.
no, he's just proud. He's a proud guy.
It's possible. I've said it before. That's
Yeah.
possible.
Omish,
Wow.
how has the season been? I mean, I know that you guys, what you want to do is win, what they call
Champions
it,
League.
Champions League, right? But then you lost.
Hmm.
You can't
In
obviously
a very
consider
bad
this,
way,
you
or
know,
rather painful
you
way.
can obviously consider this a good season for by your standards because that's what you guys need to win.
Note, we expected
And then
you
and
guys
then
to
and
win
then
the Premier
and then
League already.
you guys had that win like this. What happened, bro?
To be honest, I still don't understand what happened in that game. But I think the players lost concentration. One, from injuries to what's his name, Diaz making rash decisions in the defense. Laporte, was it Laporte? Sorry, what's his Cancelo being a pipe on that right wing. Ederson, he loses focus sometimes. Our midfield, only God knows, but everything just happened.
Like you guys played though
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
better part of that game.
Yeah, and everything just even first.
It
I think
crumbled in like
I think the problem
2
came
minutes.
when he
Yes.
started
2 minutes.
making all those substitutions.
I think
Remove De Bruyne.
I
Remove De Bruyne,
but
Mahrez.
after De Bruyne we scored. Like a few minutes after De Bruyne left, we scored. So I didn't even have a problem with that De Bruyne game this thing because De Bruyne played rubbish. But we'll have said okay, maybe De Bruyne was still in the pitch.
I think he was even injured because they showed that he
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
because-
he had a little
on
knock.
his leg.
This is not the next game that he came and no.
It wasn't like if he had maybe stayed in the game, we'll have said okay, maybe he'll have held the ball a little more and all those things. But still, the players he put, Grealish didn't do anything.
It's like two clear
Two clear
chances.
chances.
Apart from that, if he doesn't mark. I know we don't, but at least put body in the game. He didn't do any of that. But
At that point, I
was
was even
really
surprised
painful,
because it now felt like Pep was looking to score a goal again. But go and defend.
and for me, that second leg, I really didn't care about the second leg. For me, it was the first leg that mattered to me. For me, Sha, because we lost so many goals, so many opportunities in that first leg. It was like Barca Liverpool, the first leg, where
That first leg should have been
Barca
like
should have
6.
ended it.
That first leg would have been like 6.
Same thing with Man City. We'll have ended that game like
Yeah,
the first leg.
first half.
But we when we scored, they scored. When we scored, they scored. When we scored, and it didn't make any sense. This is a team that's that has come back from losing position so many times, and what do you call them? Real Madrid. You can't let them keep coming back into the game. That first leg to me was where we lost.
Gradually, Madrid is going back to even the days of Galacticos,
I feel like
where you can come, you score goals, but they will score more than you. You can come and score 3, they will score 5.
You know, last season, Madrid, they didn't play in Bernabeu because they did some
renovation.
I feel like they've done some things in that stadium. They've buried animals.
Because you cannot just go there and have a good time.
Because
you can't go there and have a good time.
PSG's game was done and dusted.
True.
And then, boom.
Even Chelsea.
They went to Bernabeu and boom.
Even
Chelsea's first leg, okay, they killed Chelsea in the first leg. They killed Chelsea in the first leg. And then, second leg, it was like, what's going on here? Everyone even thought, these guys have let Chelsea qualify. And then, boom. The whole thing just switched up again.
There's some, if they win
like
Liverpool,
minutes?
I feel like it will be one of the greatest runs.
I want them
Yes.
to win Liverpool because I can't let Liverpool. I don't
So
want Liverpool.
so at the moment, let's just imagine that Pep leaves City. Let's say he says he's leaving City tomorrow. Given the fact that he didn't win the Champions League, would you say that he was successful?
Yeah,
he's had like nice budget. I mean, I feel I rate Pep highly, but he hasn't won that Champions League since leaving Barcelona. And then people literally were saying that he can't win Champions League without Messi. And then at the moment, it seems like he's. I mean, let's leave the out race course first. But he's when at Bayern he didn't do it since he hasn't like.
I think
what's up?
For me, I feel Pep. Okay, maybe those Bayern games. I didn't really watch him so much like that in Bayern, but in this City, he's overthought certain things. One, then maybe fortune like this Real Madrid's game now, like luck. He wasn't lucky.
Remember that Spurs
Spurs do the same thing. I think that was it Spurs and then Monaco. I think there was Monaco, Spurs, then these guys. Like it's just been close. So I feel like he's on the brink of actually getting maybe just one more few signings. Maybe just
few signings.
Yeah, like okay, now we've gotten Haaland.
Then
we'll get maybe to me I still feel like we need like an extra midfielder. Kukulera, obviously. Because I cannot count on
midfielder on top of the ones that you guys have.
They need a midfielder.
What?
Because Fernandinho is leaving.
Fernandinho is leaving.
Okay.
It's just Rodri.
And Gundogan too wants to leave.
So they need a backup for Rodri.
Gundogan too wants to
At the end,
leave.
because Gundogan is old now,
No, 29.
Not so old like that, but maybe can come to us.
But Gundogan is not
We'll
Rodri.
take him.
Gundogan.
They give us
He's not a penalty silver.
Gundogan is better than everything we have. Aside
Well, he was one of our best players last season. When KDB was off, he was balling. I'm not saying we don't need him, but he's that kind of player that you just have in case. I don't want him to leave, to be honest.
So there's a chance that
we'll always look at next season.
Wait, no. There's a chance that Aguero might happen against you
I'm
guys.
afraid.
Wait.
I've been having nightmares. I've been having mad anxiety.
Do you think you guys will choke?
See,
I mean,
this
we
season,
know that City don't choke like this, but
this season
I mean,
we've choked a lot.
It'll be
I'm not
sweet.
saying we've choked a lot, but like we've some games you just expect we should win and we just maybe play very off or maybe we draw or like look at this West Ham now. I was actually scared of that West Ham game. I told one of my guys, I see guy, I'm actually afraid of the West Ham game. It was like, Omish, relax, we'll win this game. And the game came. I was like, guy, they watch. No, I think I was like, oh, they watch this game. He didn't reply me. West Ham scored. I think it was now 2-0. Now it was like, yeah, they watch him. And I wanted to go and sleep. Then we just came back. We now like equalized. I was like, okay, it's still exactly because of that foolish Mahrez.
I feel like a couple of Man U fans would be in the middle on the day because it's like you don't want Liverpool to do treble, but then it would be nice for City to lose it on the final day because that's one of my saddest days in football. Like, do you understand what it means for you to lose?
Another crazy part is
trophy on the final day.
FA likes the drama.
Yes.
Gerrard can just pull a victory.
Yeah, yes. Do you know what I felt that day? I'd never forget it.
Charles, I remember where I was that day. I remember where I was that day watching. I think the last time I came, I even said this. Like last time I watched it. I think they split the screen now. Man U and
God damn it,
Man U Sunderland 1-0. Rooney, everybody were clapping.
We're waiting.
Then these guys were losing. So like, I know the mad thing is that I think this year is the 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
God of football can be very, very.
Oh my
so
God.
like I've just been like, God,
And it will be a
please,
good
I don't want it to
storyline
happen.
for the
Exactly.
Yeah, bro.
Like 10 years ago, it happened there. Then maybe you just see Firmino, like how we die.
Or
Wait.
Aston Villa beat City, then they'll say the Liverpool boy has done it.
Oh my
bad.
God.
Like no, but
Wait,
I feel like
if you guys don't
we'll
win,
beat
I
Aston
mean, you
Villa.
guys have
sha.
played very well this season, but
Yeah.
then to play this well and go trophyless,
Like it's too
Very
hot.
sad.
that would be crazy.
Like it's too
really
hot.
sad.
But I feel like we'll beat.
City,
No.
City they play some very
No,
good
City has
football
played
this season.
very well. City has, they've been ruthless.
We will probably beat Aston Villa.
City will
then.
beat Aston Villa.
No, they should beat Aston Villa.
City will.
But you know football can be funny,
I feel like they
so-
need
No,
to
no,
do
no.
it for the league. Yeah, they need to do it for the
City will
league.
beat Aston
For
City
sanity.
can
For,
trash Aston Villa 5-1.
yeah,
6-1.
no. I mean, I
They'll
feel
just
like,
run through
I feel
them
like,
real quick.
I feel like Pep will have
But-
said things to those boys that
Eh?
guys,
See, run through them.
just
I'll change my squad.
because that day that De Bruyne will just
But
come.
you can still
I
go
think I even
wrong.
brought De Bruyne said to my FPL because I just feel like he's going to.
They are
City
going
can
to
lose that game.
Yeah, they cannot.
City
They
can
cannot.
I don't see that.
It'll be disastrous.
Like even if it's just
Etihad.
EPL, let's just carry it and just go.
Etihad.
But
you
one,
say just
but one thing
Yeah,
that
just-
looks
let's
like it
carry
might
it.
happen is Tottenham will play draw. Then Arsenal will still not be able to qualify.
That's the
good.
possibility.
That's still another angle.
No. But
But even if
doesn't
Tottenham
need
plays draw now,
If
they
play draw, they
still
win.
qualify.
Yes, that's
Yes,
what I'm
they
saying.
play draw.
They draw.
If they draw, they go through.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
the goal difference is high.
It's too much.
So we need to score like Ak said, like 20 what? 17 goals.
You just need to keep it at 0-0.
Mhm.
And they're safe.
They're safe.
That's crazy.
I trust Conte.
I mean, there's the match is about to go on, but do you who do you think is gonna relegate? Everton, Leeds, Burnley. Who do
No,
you
I don't
think
want
is joining?
Everton to go.
I
I don't want Everton to go.
I
I don't
really
care
don't
about
care about
Leeds and
Everton. They
Burnley.
should go. They no concern me.
No,
I
I
want
don't want
Everton
them
to go. I want Leeds to go. But
No, only
Burnley
one
too.
of them is going though.
It's only one
which
that's
which
one.
who-
So
I
Watford
know
and
not.
Norwich.
Okay, they
Burnley,
already.
yeah.
Oh,
So it's just one.
It's
one spot
Burnley,
left. And three
Leeds,
teams.
and Everton.
No, I want Everton to stay. Burnley can go, Leeds
I
can go. I
think
don't care.
Burnley should go down. I feel like
That's
Burnley is very
They are-
annoying.
they are
They-
evil.
I think
they
Everton
do
or
this
Burnley.
every
What they've done is
year.
enough.
Tough More is a tough
Everton
place
or-
to go.
Everton
to.
or
Burnley to go
They
down.
need to go.
Because of Lampard.
Burnley needs to
Burnley,
go.
they need to go.
Okay,
Burnley needs to
before we
go.
wrap things up, right? I mean, we've come to the end of the season, right? Yeah. Let me just ask you guys your team of the year, starting with you. Maybe from the back, your keeper, your defenders.
Van Dijk.
Yeah.
I would say Van Dijk. What's his name? Diaz.
That's
He's
just-
many Diaz.
that's just-
But Diaz has from February he hasn't really played. Yeah.
Yeah.
And based on injuries, I'll just put Matip. Matip has actually been very
I feel like
consistent.
that partnership.
Then right back, obviously Trent. Then middle, Rodri, my guy. But Rodri, Fernando, Fabinho. I don't know who to put.
Not Rice.
It's many rice.
I think because of the kind of goals that Roger scored this season.
Yeah, goals,
has
but
pulled out.
this guy too has played senior man football, Fabinho. So it's actually between them. Then I don't know who KDB is going to be between those two. Then my middle is going to be KDB, Thiago.
Has to be Thiago.
Yeah, then Mane.
Not Bowen.
I'll put Bowen up front. Like right.
Okay, I'm curious to see who
Okay,
you
no,
bench
actually,
then. If you
Salah,
put Bowen
come
up
on.
front, bro. we have Salah, we have Son, we have
Actually,
Mane, there's Ronaldo,
come on, it's going to be
there's
hard.
Kane. Like who?
Okay, Kane. Okay, I'm going to put. Let me start with my left. If I'm going to put Mane on the left.
No. So in your middle, you have you say KDB and Thiago,
And Thiago, yeah.
Thiago,
Yeah.
and then Rodri behind them, right?
No, I'll put Fabinho behind.
Fabinho. So that's
Yeah,
three. Okay, so
yeah.
you're three up front.
Yeah, my three up front. Salah on the right.
Yeah,
My middle. Let's keep that one first.
yeah.
Then my left. I think I'm going to put Mane.
Not Son. Jesus Christ.
I don't like. It's hard. I'm actually. It's hard.
And then your middle. Let's so that we can go to the next guys. Your 9.
Son.
Gat.
Now go Alisson.
Yeah.
Defense, strength, obviously. Then Van Dijk and Diaz. I don't care if you guys say he has been off and on. Van Dijk and Diaz.
Yeah. Who's your left back?
Left back has to be Cancelo.
Okay.
Then I want Rodri, De Bruyne, Alcantara. Then Salah, Son, and Kane.
Okay.
I think I'm more inclined to even go that same route. But for right back, I'll take Kyle Walker. So I'll have Ederson, Kyle Walker, Van Dijk, Matip. Has to be Matip. Left back, I'm thinking between Cancelo and Cucurella, but I'll go with Cancelo.
He's
Then
winning
in
the
the
league.
midfield, Rodri. I think it's even the same thing. Rodri, Thiago, and KDB.
Okay.
And then up front, Okay, so Mane, Son, and Salah.
Okay, let me give you guys my own. So at the back, Ramsdale. Yeah, I feel Ramsdale has been fantastic. Like,
Where he dropped.
saved. Yeah, Ramsdale.
He dropped.
No,
He dropped
see,
well.
he drops because
Well.
see, do you see the defense in his front? Wait, do you see the defense in his front? Like if Ederson and Co had that same, they will consider as much. But that guy made important saves, right? So I'll start with him. Cancelo on my left. Trent, if I hear my voice, I'll stone you. Trent on my right. Matip and Van Dijk, right? Then my 4, I go Declan Rice.
Okay.
Yeah, I go KDB. I go Gerard Bowen. Yeah. Then on my left, up front, I go Salah. On the right, I go Son. And then in the middle, I go Ronaldo.
Sentiment.
No, Ronaldo was fantastic. The team was shit, but Ronaldo was. Can you imagine Ronaldo? Can you in City? The
They would
walk
have won the
race.
Champions League.
Jesus
with Ronaldo.
Christ! Like United is shit, and Ronaldo didn't even play half as much. Sometimes he will go 2 games without playing, and like that guy should have gone to City. I get that there was sentiment, right? But bro, they would have won the Champions League. They could have been doing this
And he
4
has
goals.
elite mentality.
Yes,
no.
Yeah.
They would have been doing
Senior
this
man.
treble. That's
Imagine
that's
some
all they
crosses
needed.
from
They just
KDB.
needed Ronaldo. Do you realize that
Pep will only
Ronaldo
just tell him
and
to
KDB
find his way to the box.
in one team?
I was watching.
My
Bernardo
God.
Silva.
It will be
Yeah,
more
you
of
see the way
ta-
Bernardo
it will be
Silva
more of
passes.
tappings for
They were showing
Ronaldo.
He would just be
Aguero's
tapping.
goals, and I kid you not, more than half of his goals were 1 touches
Bro,
Because of De Bruyne.
because of the crosses.
the crosses, as a striker,
Most of
in
go and
City-
look at Aguero's goals. Most of his goals are tapping here.
Oh, I forgot to ask you. Aguero statue, right? Why does it look like Cruz?
This madman see me, I ignored him.
Why does it look like Cruz?
I didn't want to reply him. I was like, I don't know what.
Okay,
most
so-
times it's hard for them
so-
to get status.
So as a City
I
fan,
know
let's
they
be
blame
honest,
them.
right?
Yeah.
And then this is
I
not
know you want to
because
talk about Yaya Toure.
Yeah, this is not because we're black, right? Yeah. Do you not believe that Yaya Toure deserves it? Like that season, that's
statue.
Man City's win started because of Yaya Toure. Did you know what? There's no one can convince me that Kevin De Bruyne did not watch Yaya Toure's tapes.
True.
If Yaya Toure could do left, right, could drive ball, like
Yeah.
he
He could
did
defend.
everything,
Powerful,
right? There's
big,
nobody that tells me,
strong guy.
like, do you understand? Like, how do you, like, City could be on the verge of losing a game, and then Yaya Toure will carry ball from somewhere, and then he was very, very crucial. Like, I get that whole birthday, they didn't wish him, whatever, but then, like, how do you give Company and Aguero and not put Yaya Toure statue? That's, I
Maybe
feel
he
like,
did something to them. So, but for me,
Come
Sha,
on.
I know.
come on, you don't rate Yaya
I
Toure?
rate him, but make he go sit
Should
down.
Are you
so you
joking?
don't think he deserves a statue at
I don't
Etihad?
think so.
Come on.
I don't think so too.
Come on.
I don't think so.
Why?
Come on. Why not? Why not? His impact. He has as much impact.
Okay, what did company do to?
To
Oh,
exactly.
company has a statue.
Yes, company
sir.
and Sergio Aguero and Aguero.
But Aguero deserves
Yes,
it.
Aguero.
Aguero
I'm saying yes
deserves it.
because
Company
obviously-
too deserves it actually because
because
of,
if company deserves it, there's no reason why Yaya Toure shouldn't be there.
If you are justifying companies,
Do you understand?
Exactly.
Like
Maybe I'm
Yaya
just-
Toure
I'm
was the
hating on
only.
Yaya Toure.
Yaya Toure was the reason why guys
there was a
were attracted.
season that was
Yeah,
just
true.
Yaya Toure.
Bro, that he was the only reason why guys.
If he
were
doesn't
attracted.
play, there's a
There was
problem.
a problem. Like you guys were not going to get a goal,
Maybe it's just because of their issues.
and because he's
Maybe there are
black.
there are certain
Simple.
And I think that
Company too is black now.
Well,
But na black
Belgium,
man.
but
black
you know, say there's a difference between a black man in Africa and a black man abroad. The black man abroad, they speak for them small. But anyways,
Maybe eventually they'll give him his status. But
so
for now,
I wish
doubt.
everybody well on the final day of the. I mean, we should gather somewhere and watch this.
to be honest,
Yeah, we should all sit down somewhere. Yeah, we should sit down somewhere.
when
drink.
what time?
It's a
Like,
Sunday.
Sunday. What time?
Yeah. From 3
think it's
o'clock.
4.
It's go rush. You know, it's like
think it's
everything
3
will be
o'clock.
pumping. As my team has nothing to play for. I only wish that Man U would even drop to 8 so that we don't play a air conference. Because
You know how you give people, you know how you play people and then you give your guy 2 ahead. It's like,
but it will even be more painful if Tottenham loses,
I
and
bet
Arsenal
Arsenal
And Arsenal
cannot beat.
capitalize. Oh
Everton.
my god, there's so many
But
possibilities.
if Arsenal
Endless
qualifies, it will be
possibilities.
mad though.
Bro, if Arsenal qualifies, we'll not
You
hear.
see,
Well,
I
I
think
have to block this guy.
No, actually, you have to block us
I'll have
because
to block this guy.
I'll CC you
I'll have
at
to
any
block
tweet.
everybody. Yeah, I go
No,
block
but it's
you.
not happening, Sha. It's
We
not
don't
Arsenal
see
happening.
I
Arsenal
will
did
block
that
you.
now. I think
No, it's not
2004,
happening. Alright,
2005.
That they did.
Thanks for
I think qualified,
coming.
I think
See
last
you
day
guys.
of what-
I think that was the last day.
On
The last
the
time I went to
reunion
Champions League.
show.
The last day.
We'll do a reunion show for everybody. Bring in. We'll do Arsenal fans, Man U fans, Chelsea fans. We'll do a season recap next week. Alright, guys. Thanks for coming. See you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Peace out.